Right.
All right. Come.
Come.
Good morning to one and all present here. It gives me immense pride and joy as Master Judge to welcome you all to this memorable and heartwarming occasion, the dedication of this fully air-conditioned multi-purpose hall to our beloved alma mater by the illustrious batch of 1983 as they celebrate the beautiful milestone of their Shashti Purti, 60 glorious years of life, friendship, learning, and service. As a chemistry teacher, I often tell my students that some reactions are temporary, but a few create bonds that remain stable forever. Today, we are witnessing one such beautiful chemical bond, the unbreakable bond between the students and their school. The batch of 1983 has proved that the strongest element in the life is not found in the periodic table, but in gratitude, affection, and togetherness. On behalf of the entire Sainik school fraternity, I extend a very warm and respectful welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Air Marshal B. Manikandan, Param Vishis Seva Medal, Ati Vishis Seva Medal, Vayu Sena Medal, Air Officer Commanding in Chief, Central Air Command, whose inspiring journey continues to motivate generations of students. Sir, your presence add great honor and dignity to this occasion. Welcome you, sir. I also warmly welcome Dr. Mrs. Nirmala Manikandan in this momentous occasion. Madam, we are delighted and privileged to have you with us in this fine morning. Welcome you, ma'am. A heartfelt welcome to our respected principal, Colonel Dhirendra Kumar, whose leadership continues to guide this institution towards excellence. And I also welcome Mrs. Priyanka Singh, the First Lady of our campus, whose gracious presence makes this gathering even more special. Welcome you, ma'am. I take this opportunity to welcome Air Vice Marshal Shyam Sundar, Vishis Seva Medal, to grace this occasion with his esteemed presence. I would like to warmly welcome our Vice Principal, Wing Commander M. Rajkumar, our Administrative Officer, Commander Sarin PM, and our Designated Administrative Officer, Commander Abraham Philip, to this function. Welcome you, sirs. I extend a warm welcome to the officials from State Bank of India, whose valuable collaboration and support helped transform this noble dream into reality. Welcome you, officers. Teachers are like catalysts in the laboratory of life. They silently accelerate the success of their students without expecting anything in return. Dear teachers, whatever this institution has achieved today is deeply rooted in your dedications and blessing. With deep affection and gratitude, I welcome our beloved former teachers, Sri Premsi Nair, Sri S.H. Sharma, and Mrs. Premsi Nair to this function. Welcome you, sir. A special welcome to Mr. Joshi Joseph, Vice President and Engineering Fellow Google, who is joining us online through video conference. Sir, though technology connects us virtually, your presence and encouragements are very much felt here among us. Welcome you, sir. I also warmly welcome the respected representatives of Executive Committee members of Old Boys Association Sainik School Kazhakootam, whose continuous effort keep the spirit of our alumni vibrant and alive. Welcome you all. Of course, my loving welcome to all the proud members of 1983 batch and their families. Today is not merely the inauguration of a hall, it is a celebration of memories, friendship, and the spirit of giving back. Under the right conditions, even the most ordinary substance can transform into something extraordinary once, just as graphite, through time and pressure, slowly converts to a diamond. In the same way, this school has transformed young minds into responsible citizens, inspiring leaders, dedicated professionals, and compassionate human beings. It is truly heartening to witness those very students return to give back to the institution that played such a vital role in shaping their lives and character. May this hall stand not only as a structure of bricks and glasses, but as a symbol of love, loyalty, and lasting legacy. Once again, I warmly welcome all of you to this glorious occasion. Sorry, I welcome Captain Vasudevan, sir. It's my mistake, pardon. Once again, I warmly welcome all of you to this joyous occasion. Let us come together to make this day a truly memorable celebration of the enduring bonds and cherished memories that continues to unite us throughout the years. Thank you. Jai Hind. May I now hand over the podium to Captain Vinod Vasudevan of 1983 batch for further proceeding. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before I take you through the day's proceedings, I have a duty to perform. 6 of our classmates, Colonel Mayan George, Santosh Ramakrishnan, Flight Lieutenant Sanjay Mishra, Sakriya Joseph, Gopa Kumar, and Captain Paul Baston. Although they are not here with us physically, they're always with us, encouraging and motivating us to do such projects for our alma mater. May I now request all of you to rise and pray for their souls to rest in peace. Please be seated. Well, during our times at NDA, early 80s, there used to be a saying there, when the Kazakhs sneezes, NDA catch a cold. I'm not joking. We packed a punch in almost all courses, in all the 3 wings of the armed forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force. So still remember writing on our NDA satchels, a Kazakh, proud to lead, proud to conquer, etc. Not only armed forces, you name a profession under the sun, and we Kazakhs excel in it. Now then, what is this secret? What is this mantra? इस मिट्टी में ऐसा क्या छुपा हुआ है जो बाकी केरला स्कूल नहीं समझ पाते? And the answer is very simple. When Sainik School Kazhakootam was commissioned in 1960s, the school has been blessed permanently to always have a well-knit team of extremely qualified, sincere and dedicated bunch of teachers. I will we remember all of them, each one of them, sparing that extra minute, sacrificing their family time, especially after schooling hours, to ensure each boy and girl who walk the corridors of SSK Zedam pass out from the portals as a leader. Thank you. Thank you, Sharma sir. Thank you, PCN sir. May I now request all my classmates and spouses to stand up for a big round of applause for our teachers. Please be seated. Like every other batch of 83 also sponsored the OBA Day commensurate with our silver jubilee of passing out in 2008. And immediately after that, in 2009, we sponsored a personality development program, especially for the senior cadets of 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. That went on for about 3 years, 2009 to 12. And we are told that it really stood in good stead for all those who attended, especially for the NDA exams and their SSB interviews. Well, while that was an invisible project, we thought of doing a very visible one for SSK Zedam. Now that we all turned 60, we took the wish list from the school administration and zeroed down to Hall of 1983, primarily for the parents. When they come over the weekends, there was no dedicated place for them to interact with the ward. And of course, going forward, the school can use this place for all their important functions. And for all of you who are not aware, Colonel Dhiren and team started using this hall with a bang. For the last 2 days, they had about 33 principals from all over India conducting the all principals conference here, chaired by none other than Raksha Rajya Mantri. Way to go, Colonel Dhiren, and best wishes. Now, I will be failing in my duty if I don't acknowledge few names who helped us going forward with this project. State Bank of India, Thiruvananthapuram, partnered with us to give this 4 beautiful Daikin cassette ACs. None of the representatives could be here because of some previous commitments. So request a round of applause for State Bank, Thiruvananthapuram. Our contractor, Ramya Industries, again, the proprietor, Sri Hari, is under the weather. He couldn't be here. But his brother, Anita Niku, a round of applause for Ramya Industries. Okay. There were 3 of our own children, Abhiram, son of J.K. Anil Kumar, Vivek, and Naina, son and daughter-in-law of Sanu. From our family, the three of them contributed immensely from start to end for us to complete this project. Abhiram couldn't be here. May I request Vivek and Naina to stand up, please? Thank you, beta. And of course, team SSK ZM. Few of us, 6 of us from the core group who are undertaking the project, when we were interacting with Colonel Dhiren, there was never no for an answer. And I'm sure it just couldn't have been better. Thank you, Colonel Dhiren, for all the help. Well, may I now request Colonel Dhiren to address the gathering.
Good morning, Jai Hind to one and all. It's my proud privilege here as a principal of the school to stand before you. So on behalf of my entire team, Sainik Kazhakootam, I welcome all the respected beautiful ladies of the 83 batch, all the forever young gentlemen who are here, Dr. Mrs. Nirmala Manikantan, Air Marshal D. Manikantan, PVSM, AVSM, VM, AOCNC, Center Command, ABM Shyam Sundar, Captain Vinod Vasudevan, Professor Unikrishnan, and the core committee members with whom I had been interacting, Mr. Rajmohan sir, Mr. Sanu V. George sir, and we have today the pillars of our academic team, Mr. Prem Singh Nair sir and Mr. X.A. Sharma sir. Warm welcome to all of you here. And as our PGT chemistry, Mr. AKMS sir was rightly said, that it is just not the inauguration of the hall. It is the celebration of the bond between the 83 batch and the school. So basically, it is the bond and the love and affection which you have for the school, right? And the sense of belongingness. I'll just give you an example. It was when I had joined in 21. It so happened that just post-COVID, when class 12 had come initially, not all the cadets had come. So there was a number of them had gone to the mess. They had broken the windows. They had burnt the registers. They had broken the CCTV and so many things. And they had written with a chalk, "Picture to abhi baki hai mere dost." So it so happened that that was the first shock from me, that such a rage from inside, and they are coming after the COVID, what the school has done to them, or maybe why so much of anger. And they were challenging me, ki abhi to picture baki hai, means lot many things more to come. So I called them, and of course, we did not have any evidence, or CCTV was already broken, something. So the entire 12th was there. And I was discussing with them, and the main thing was about the sense of belongingness, which I was trying to tell them and convey. You spent so many years in the school, you joined in 6th, and now you have reached 12th. Very shortly after the exam, you will be going from here. And there is that sense of belongingness and affection. School gave you everything. What about you giving back? And all those things, of course, I was smiling and all. But now when this somehow I feel this hall has come up, it is not just a multi-purpose hall. It will also act for the principal to bring those cadets and automatically realize, yes, see the bond of a batch which they have. This is what is called sense of belongingness. And somehow I find leadership has also one more meaning, that is synonymous with service, which has to be inculcated. It's not only leading from the front and all, but yes, if you do some service, it also is a part of leadership quality. So thank you to all for giving us the school. I would again not say the hall. It is a sort of a motivation, a place where the cadets will come, read here. That is the Hall of 83. They'll definitely ask, what is this 83 and all? And a huge asset and a great asset in every form. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of my entire team here, thank each and every one of you of the 83 batch, and a round of applause for all of you. Just a glimpse of the journey, and since you would also like to know as a principal, since I'm telling, and we can address few of the uh, things and what is the happening in the school, little bit of that clips I have for you. Just to begin, I must say that yes, I was also blessed when I had come. That I told you about the things which happened, and the to add, I would say, salt to the wound. At that year, it so happened that only 6 cadets could clear the written exam of the NDA. So apart from having everything, the discipline case and everything, and then um, I was not able to uh, pay the salary of my staff. So all these things had come together to me. And that was, I'm talking about 21. And the journey started from there on. And I was really blessed because there is a dialogue of Shah Rukh Khan that dil se chaho to puri kainat madad karne mein lag jati hai. Something like that. Yes, there was a will, there was a determination inside us, all our team, that we should dedicate something to the school. And it started on, and the Almighty blessed us with 2 commanders coming here with the old boys, right? And we had the AOCNC, Air Marshal Manikantan sir coming there as the chairman of the school. And then at the Pan Road, again, Brigadier Salim had taken over as the commander. So what the best or anything I could have asked for, right? And that was the, I would say, the start point. And then we had not seen back. Uh, the MOA got signed, and still after signing was not that we had done any milestone or achieved. No, it was just mere on the papers. It was not realized on ground. And I must thank Air Marshal Manikantan sir for helping us, helping the school in every way possible. It was like he had all the commitments. He had, whenever he used to go and meet the chief secretary, definitely from the staff officer, he used to get a call, anything about the school, any talking point. And that was, I could understand he must be going for a meeting on operational things and all, but still he could squeeze out that time in discussing the Sainik school. And with all those channels and I would say persuasions, discussions, and the help which I got from our chairman, finally it materialized and all. And I must say now that for last 2 years, sir, we have been getting that 5 crores from the state. So, so now that thing about which I started, that we have the salary and other things to be taken care of. And in addition, we have started improving the infrastructure as well. Few of the clips I would like to show you. Can we have that presentation? Okay, this is just a video to recall your cadet days of 83 batch. Okay, there was clips of our schedule. Uh, the principles, I would say, report card starts with the NDA result, right? So when principal is giving, talking about the school, the first thing is asked, how's the result? How's the performance of academic performance, right? So that is the first slide. You see the bottom total joined for last 3 years. Now this 10, which you see with a star, is of only one batch. Now the result of the second, that is the NDA first, that happened in April. We are still to find how many have cleared, and surely from 13 we'll definitely go. That is the final joining in the NDA, which you are seeing at the bottom. So we have been progressing, and I'm 100% sure we'll keep on improving on it. These were the 13 as you see here, 24, 25, something that was a record for after a long time, right? So these were those who finally joined and if you see the first cadet, he was overall number 4 in all India merit. This was about the other 10, which I had showed you on that slide with a star. These are the 10. For the other NDA one, which just happened, the result is yet to be compiled. Copy for the RM token, no, it was went to Dagarota. We had we on the now Sainik schools, we are on the 5th as far as the RM token is concerned. Now, such a is another feather in our cap. If you see the other certificate down below, it is on rating, and we got a 5-star rating. Around 5,000 schools of all India participated in it. It's a national campaign from Ministry of Education, and only out of 5,200 schools got 5-star rating, and we were amongst one of the schools in India to get the 5-star rating. Yes, some of the points which I must mention. The reason was when the Air Marshal was the chairman here, number of projects we had started, and then we went to Central Command, and few of his projects, I said that yes, I'll keep giving you the progress of it. So this is just from the progress of few of the things where we have processed and progressed in LBA, but couldn't do in your tenure. So that is the first thing, is this mess. This is the present clip of that, our dining hall. Now it is being renovated. So we were trying, for many years with the PWD and all, that we get funds and all, and we renovate our main mess and also the kitchen area. So finally it is being done. You see the floor and everything, the entire, the main dining hall will be renovated. The second was the Air Marshals. The main thing was, yes, our hostel. We have to bring it up. It cannot be the way it is. Yes, and number of things. I'll just show you a few of the things that, yes, the toilet blocks now with the geyser. I will say, yes, there is a, whatever you see, all the things which I'm showing you, that is part of it, but geyser has also been added into it. And we have now 24/7 round the clock water supply. You must be going in your times, it was twice in a day or something. Then we used to take bath in that quadrangle outside. And now it is not like this. Now we have a shower and in the houses, and the children take bath for a long time. Water scarcity is the other thing which has come up to me. When placing it, I thought, now they are enjoying taking baths, right? And with the geyser installed, one cadet is taking 15 minutes taking bath or so. The other part was, yes, their cots and all was also not in a very good condition. That we have started doing it around out of 600, 300 we have already procured. Sample which I'm showing, reason is we have a storage beneath the cots as well. So by the time we provide them with the almiras or some other, at least they can have some place, a new place where they can keep their, some belonging which will not be stolen, right? Okay, and then yes, this quadrangle has now been again done up. The flooring of the outside area. Now here, generally the bathing and all doesn't take place. Now we have the water supply and the geyser inside. This is generally used for the washing. And now we have the water as such, RO, and even the hot and cold water dispenser in all the houses. Now this washing machine is not given to all, it's only as of now to the girls hostel. Yes, a shed has been made so that even when they come to the class, their uniform and other dresses do not get wet. Right. The furniture has been changed. This was the earlier and the before and after thing. In their dormitories, I'm talking about the study hall. The condition of the furniture is maybe during your time must have been the same, which we were continuing, I must say. So by the look of it, I can say that now in the senior houses, around 220 has been done, and phase 2, we are going to change it. Now, the tiling of the dorms, that is again a thing. So the PWD is just, we have given it deposit work, it's just going to start. So all the dormitories that the houses now will be tiled as it has been done here in the part of 83. The water tank, yes, the moment I put those 24/7 water supply in all the houses, the other problem came to the principal is shortage of water. So we need to have a reservoir and all, because on MOD project, now it is started, the PWD has started the work. So around 600 kiloliters of water capacity is being built. There's a new toilet block has also come up on the that ground area, the playing area side. There's the one school, one sport. We were given this boxing. Now already the boxing ring and everything is already we have procured. It's lying with us. The other thing is that area, it's being under construction. You see on the left hand side of the screen. And shortly within 2 months is what the PWD has promised. I'm not sure how much time they'll take, but yes, we'll have a separate exclusive, boxing arena. The synthetic court, basketball and volleyball was to be, work should have got over last year itself, but now we are, progress is slow but steady. Yes, we have equally done well in sports, and we have now the girl cadets team in all the formats, that is basketball, volleyball, football, as well as hockey. And we are doing extremely well in all the games, especially now, to your surprise, hockey has surpassed football. So we are now in the just now recently held South Zone Championship in under 17, and the girl cadet team has in the South Zone we have won. So now we are going for the interzone hockey. Now the JS in the recently concluded principals conference, he was also reviewing and all this data was given to him. It was a surprise to him as well. He was Mr. Satyajit Mohanty, and he was from the Odisha. So somehow he was saying hockey. I was thinking Odisha and the other states should be doing well. How it's the Kazhakootam who's doing well. Additional classrooms is also, there was a requirement of classrooms as well. Number of classrooms have been taken over by the OBA, Innovation Lab, and astronomy lab and other things. So we needed additional classrooms as well. It's under progress construction. Yes, senior girls dorm. The foundation stone was laid by our chairman. Sir, now I must say it's complete, but few of the things remaining things are still there. But this is the present picture of it. The building is ready, but yes, still a little bit more time to move in and make it functional. Yes, installation of fire equipment, that was a mandatory thing in the academic block. Right. A new thing is, and a good thing which has come is the renovation of CSD. CSD was in a really pathetic state. Nobody, our cadets and all, never wanted to go there, right? They used to bunk and go out rather than go to the CSD and buy anything. So now, somehow, we have renovated the CSD with all the shelves and everything. So if you have time, you can also go and have a visit. It has totally changed from inside. Yes, we had this installation of this solar power plant. It was done last time, the OBA meet. These are just the, yes, these are main auditorium fully now renovated with LED wall. New, now we have all the buses had had reached to its maximum level and all. So we have purchased a new school bus, new school minibus. And courtesy, and I would say, yes, coming of this happening conduct of this principal conference, we could upgrade and updo a little bit of our infrastructure and landscaping. This is what you see is the Qatari block where the principal's office is there. In that area, we have really done up the thing. This is just a glimpse of yes, celebration of the birthdays and all the events happen. And it's really cheered by the parents. Yes, one glimpse now. I started with my report card with the NDA. I'll end up that I received this certificate of, as you can say, appreciation from the Raksha Raja Mantri for being the best academic class 12th result. And yes, the main, I would say, which inspires us, I would end by again thanking Air Marshal Manikandan sir. Sir, you have been a great help to us. And whatever which I have just shown you, all these couldn't have been possible without the help of Air Marshal sir. And during his time, really, we started looking towards the brighter side. What I showed you is like infrastructure and other thing. The other which happened was during the POP, sir started giving some appreciation cards and to a few of the selected our staff members and all. That also helped me in moving up. Appreciation also helps. And yes, on behalf of I would say all my staff and everything, he gave me such a thing that yes, I'll carry throughout my life. That's the commendation card which I received on behalf of all my staffs. Thank you, sir, for giving it, and which is a matter of pride for me as well as personally saying, Priyanka, that something which gives us so much of pride, and it's very dear to me. And let me say, yes, this installation of the me at Pratap, anyone who comes says, how was this possible and how it has been done? Installation here in the school at this time juncture, I understand so many of going through the roadblocks and making it, yes, it is the best place to be, that is the school. I could well understand, which sir never expressed anywhere, but I understand the way the senior officers come here, and when I say they recently added to us, and they also get surprised. Nowadays, it becomes very difficult to place it. And sir, I would say the aircraft or this V8 which he himself had flown, he now gives it as a souvenir to the school for the future generations to get inspired. Thank you, sir. A round of applause for. That is all I must say. Things we are looking towards the brighter side. I have just given you a glimpse of things, and the recently concluded principal conference. They were mighty happy, very happy, right from the top. That is, Raksha Raja Mantri had come here, and I had taken him a windshield tour of this campus as well, where I was sitting with him and the JS. The Raksha Raja Mantri is Mr. Sanjay Seth. He's a BJP minister from Jharkhand. So last time the principal's conference was held at Sainik, Jharkhand. That is his home state. But this time, somehow he agreed to come here. And being I would say, a non-BJP state for that matter. But yes, he moved around. I had shown him. And that is the time I also got an opportunity to really showcase that, yes, it is a vintage school. And as a principal, I always try, to extract the maximum what I could from the minister. So already I had sent a proposal to him worth 20 crores and all. So the other good thing I would say happened was that during this elections which happened recently, the member or the person who won from here is from BJP. One of the three was from Kazhakootam. So when he came here and when he was made to stay in the Lok Bhavan, so before that, Mr. Muralidharan, who has recently won, had come here to my school. and he wanted a proper invite. I said, sir, I cannot do that as such invite, but you can come any day. I'll brief you about the school and let's see if you can do something for the staff members and all. So Mr. Muralidharan had visited the school and I had given a photocopy of that 20 crore project to him. And when he had come here, that is the Raksha Rajya Mantri, he personally went, met him. He gave him those papers saying that this has to be done for the school. And when I was interacting with the Honorable Raksha Rajya Mantri here in the school, he mentioned that worth 20 crore or he was speaking in Hindi. 20-30 crore क्या होता है? कुछ नहीं होता है, मिल जाएगा. So let us hope now what he promised, he delivers. Right? So, so with that hope that yes, 20-30 crore क्या होता है, मिल जाएगा. So I am also hoping कि मिल जाएगा शायद. Or yes, and I will also now since Mr. Muralidharan has recently won, so that again, pursuing the case will be done, and hopefully we will get something. That is what I see the silver lining. So that was one of the things. And final to end this fall of 83. Thanks to Vasudevan sir and all the core committee members. They had come initially that tell me what is the the requirement or you feel should be the best for the school. So I had proposed 4 or 5 of them. Basically, the list was very long because the moment I'm now ready with the list, anyone asking, what is the requirement of some photocopy tayar hai, So a good round of, number of around 15 points first was given and all were on the priority list for that. So out of those 15, they shortlisted around 5. And then again, we had a meeting and all. Yes, now amongst 5, tell me, which holds more priority and usable and more effective or something. So in those, this finally we all agreed for this hall. Basically, the idea was to have a parents' lounge. It is not, of course, it will be used as a multi-purpose hall. But yes, when the parents come here, now what we do is we issue out passes so that the parents take them, because we do not have any place or somewhere to make them sit. It is the auditorium we have. Otherwise, when it rains or when the weather is slightly inclement, there is no place for them to really sit with the child, or any other time when they come, they generally sit in the main foyer, which you have seen. So there is no earmarked place or a good place where they can sit with their wards. So that was the first thing I thought of. We will have a parents' lounge, and we'll name this as a parents' lounge as such. And of course, this happens, that is parents' visit happens once in a month. The other time, anything like any conference or any teachers' workshop or any other function we can utilize. And even for the cadets, for any capsule running here, or any of the guests coming and having a limited batch of cadets to to take one lecture and all. So we were finding out place difficult. It was basically the classrooms. So now we have this hall now with us. So that is how, and in between, I tried to extract maximum. See, as a principal of 83 batch, please pardon me for that, because when they were moving with this project, I used to pinpoint few things. Sir, you are putting these ACs and all, right? How many? It was something they had thought of split ACs and all. So something I said, sir, it won't be good. Why not this cassette type ACs? So in between in the project becomes difficult, but as a principal, I convinced myself I shouldn't be shy in asking. I should not be saying or feeling shy of her. So what happened was, to convince, it took something. Initially, the thing came up, the cost will go high, other things came up. Then I gave such a mantra which the batch agreed. What was it? They said split AC. I said, sir, if you are planning 6 or 8, you can put it, but it may happen that the next principal will take it out from here and place it somewhere else. So if you put ACs, the other principal will not be able to take it out. That convinced the batch. Ye idea, ye to theek bola hai, right? And Sunday I found Vasu sir and all telling me. Initially they were saying no, bahut mushkil hai, cannot be done. But one fine day, Sunday I found in my office saying, Dhirendra, I think your idea was good. This idea was really very good. And so I thought inside, this plan work kar gaya. So that is how the things went on. But finally all said and done. I got all the cooperation, everything, and on the batch right from the initial stage till the end. Now we try to hasten up the process and all because all these during the principals conference, the lunch and the other tea break and all happened here, and every principal came and asked, sponsor a batch. But they were unable to, understand and really know that such amount of, the funds must have been utilized and done. And what a dedication and, attachment. And what I say is, you know, uh, your attachment and bond with the school, the other principal had not seen. Even the IOs, the inspecting officers, were full in praise. They moved around, saw this, looked at all of, 83 number of times. They asked who are the ones who are there. So once again, it's a something of matter of pride and a prized possession for the school. So thank you very much once again to all the 83 batch. And thank you all. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Yeah, thanks, Kalderin. Now, how do I introduce our classmate and a good friend, Joshi Joseph? Well, our schooling days, name a prank, plucking coconuts, bunking out for a second show to Kazhakootam Vetu Road. And Joe led us. When it came to classroom, he led us again, topping all subjects. Proudly calling upon Joshi Joseph, Vice President, Principal Fellow, Google. Joshi, are you there? Yeah, over to you, brother. I can hear you loud and clear. One sec, just fixing video. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Still vividly remember that boxing bout with you, Prasad versus Nehru, and it still pains on the cheek. Thank you, brother. All right. Now, again, my chest swells with pride, requesting our own postmate and a dear friend, Balakrishnan Manikandan, Param Vishesh Seva Medal, Adi Vishesh Seva Medal, Vayu Sena Medal, the first Commander-in-Chief from our batch. Well, this decorations and addressing is for rest of the world. For us, our simple money. Over to you.
Respected PCM sir, S. Sharma sir, Principal, Colonel Virendra Kumar, Vice Principal, Admin Officer, respected teachers, staff, old boys, my dear classmates, ladies and gentlemen. I am really humbled, and it's a matter of great honor to stand here on behalf of 1983 batch to inaugurate this fall of 1983 today, the school. First and foremost, kudos to my batch. We've been discussing multiple options for many years. And mind you, we are not rich batch as such. We are primarily the pre-techie generation, Yoshi being an exception. Most of us are military men. I can at least count 10, 12 doctors, engineers. We are normal people. So we had to bide our time perhaps to find the resources. And I'm so very happy that this has come up in our Shashti Purti year, led by the core team with their focus and hard work. Shyam, Sanu, Vasu, Uni, the professor, Rajmohan, Damu. We heard the children who have taken part and contributed. It's commendable. And of course, the magnanimity and large heart that Joshi showed, sitting so far away and contributing to making this building a reality. There are many people who contributed from behind the scenes, many who ran around, and this has been a wonderful result. And I think the more important result has been that this has brought our course together, our batch together, as is very clearly visible from our 30 people who are sitting here today, almost like a mini reunion. And I think each one of you should be particularly grateful for this building bringing us together. While this multipurpose hall might appear simple in structure, we are all optimistic that it is destined to be a place where parents will have their conversations with the children, there'll be friendships formed, there'll be laughter, reflection, mentorship, and memories, all of which will bond them together and bring them here perhaps later, 30, 40 years later. As an alumnus of this institution, as all of us here, and having been uniquely privileged, like the principal said, to have been the chairman of the LBA here, I'm so really proud of the way the school has improved over the last so many years, in the last decade, and particularly in the last 5 years. The last 3 years I've seen from close quarters, and I think whatever the principal showed us is absolutely what has happened in terms of improvement. And some of them I'll enumerate once again, just so that as an independent person I can corroborate. And perhaps these years would count as some sort of memorable golden kind of years for the school, and we can only pray that this sustains and improves even further. The academic achievements in class 12 in CBSE from 11th position in 21-22, we were on top last year. In class 10, we moved from 17th to a strong national ranking. This, of course, is thanks to the leadership in the school, the faculty, the students, and the atmosphere for hard work. NDA performance, like we saw from 156 NDA, 32 from the current batch cleared, along with 19 from the previous batch. And finally, we have 10 who are joining 156 NDA, which is perhaps not as much as we all were, but that is good 30, 40 years back. And for today's standards, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Similarly, for sports, we won the South Zone Hockey Championship after 29 years. Then, of course, emerged as an inter-zone hockey champions for the first time ever. Participation in prestigious tournaments like the Under-17 All India Nehru Cup Hockey Tournament also shows the mettle of our cadets now. They've also excelled individually. I've met this girl cadet, Devananda, and her remarkable victories in chess boxing, led by our vice principal there. She has earned laurels in national level and international level, bringing a lot of prestige and honor to this institution. Other children have excelled in shooting, athletics, technical competitions, football, robotics, and even mountaineering, proving that our school continues to nurture top talent. The financial health is what sustains this institution. So I think that memorandum of understanding of 2021 and operationalizing it in 2023, like the principal said, has really made a dramatic difference to the school. And I know many of us has run around. It was just that finally it came through in his tenure, and when I happened to be here, I can see OBA old boys here who run around. Even my brother poked a little from the side. So you never know who all have contributed. So it's a fantastic thing that happened, and I think it will be remembered by future generations. And this has perhaps strengthened the principal's hands and given us fantastic improvement in infrastructure. We saw the 150 kVA solar plant, first ever rifle shooting range, also the other one, smaller one, thanks to the 98 batch, classrooms, smart classrooms with digital panels, data class edge integration, the new renovated auditorium with that large data wall, cyber dome for online examination, the new senior girls hostel, improved sports infra. That toilet in the fields that he talked about came from some old boy only. He told me that not even toilets for children. I requested him, and I think it's now there. So the feedback he's been exceedingly positive to accept. Cadets mess is improving, CCTV systems, mechanized laundry, biogas from our old piggery, cold storage room, auto dishwasher, tiling in the houses, future ready, hopefully. We should be able, when a outsider comes to the school, a new parent comes to the school would hopefully appear as future ready and something where he would like to put his child into. So after all this hard work, recognition has naturally followed. I have, over the last 3-4 years, visited about 7 Sainik schools, including Riva and Ambikapur just last month. So when I came here, the last school I had seen was Chandrapur. I was officiating LBA chairman for my CNC. That school was built with 550 crores, state of the art, better than NDA. And then I came and saw our school. So my, my heart sank. So I now see that we've not reached that level, but we're definitely improved. And I think we are in a situation where we can be proud. Then, of course, we got that prestigious 5-star rating under the Swachh Evam Harit Vidyalay, which is aligned with the NEB 2020. And the principal is most deservedly got commendations from AOCNC Southern High Command, Chief of Army, now staff, and now we see the RRM. And his leadership has been, in my view, exemplary. I, of course, would like to take this opportunity also to thank the State Bank of India in absentia for their contribution towards this hall. And I must also put in record, it is my staff officer there, who's Commander Rahul, who's made it possible. He rang me up one day and said, "Sir, don't you want some money for the hall?" So I first said, "May not be." Then I asked Cham. He said, "Yes." So I told him, "Yes." So he ran around, retired IVM there in SBI, people here. So behind the scenes, he's done a fair amount of work. And it's him who pushed it. So of course, it's a manifestation of the State Bank of India's clear interest in corporate responsibility and to contribute to national security. That goes without saying. So all in all, to inaugurate this hall today, which is the hall of 1983, and very well designed logo, and I'm so happy that all the children coming here will see our badge. It may seem a little modest compared to the larger buildings, but it symbolizes the same philosophy that we would like the cadets to have the best of facilities, to interact, mingle among themselves with their parents, and go forward to achieve everything that they can. To the principal and his dedicated team, all teachers, staff, all present here, I've seen you all over the last 3 years. And when our batch sees you, we're measuring you against very high standards. So of these two people sitting in front and others that Joshi spoke about. But let me tell you that we feel that you are up to scratch. That I think the current team is as dedicated, as sincere, and as capable of producing excellent products from the cadets in these years and going ahead. So on behalf of all of us old boys, I'd like to thank you, the principal, the staff, the teachers in particular, and everybody present in the school. Uh, the cadets, I've always been saying in every Sainik school I go, and particularly in the Sainik school, that they have the best of opportunities. Joshi comes from a small village. Many of us do. Mine is probably smaller than his. So wherever we reach today is, I think, fundamentally, thanks to what we received here in these 7 years, 6 or 7 years that we spent here, the language I speak, the maths I still am okay at, or whatever it is that we learned, and skills that handling people, how we interact, a hell of a lot of it comes from what we learned in 47 years in the school. So therefore, we all are sure that whatever we can give back to the school is the least we can do. And I'm sure that's how every batch of the school thinks. So I've got this last point to make about what the school stands for in our view: discipline, integrity, courage, humility, and service before self. And that's what I've seen in every school type of ours, in whichever walk of life that I've encountered them and made so remain. So on behalf of the batch of 1983 in this today, I'd like to once again congratulate and thank everybody from the school who's contributed towards making this small dream of ours a reality. And we wish our alma mater continued glory and even greater heights in the years ahead. Thank you, each and every one of you, for the patient listening. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Like I said before, two of our teachers here, and we'll be failing in our duty if we don't felicitate them. May I call upon the core team, Unni, Rajmohan, Sanu, and Sham, to come over. Sharma sir and PCN sir, request your presence on the stage. Would like to.
Chairman, American Aviation Aviation, Virendra Verma Principal, and the members of the staff and all the students of batch 1983. I still remember this 1983 batch was one of the best batches we had. I think more than 25 students got into India. One of the best batches. The record was not broken for many years. Happy to see that all of them are well placed in life. They are retiring from their function. Still, like best wishes and not getting words this time. So now, tested what they have done, but they have given this law of 1983, which is very good testing for the coming generation also, because we can ask the principal also, we can sit here and under the shade, instead of sitting into the tree, we can have a good AC room and all, we can enjoy here. So it is under a very good thing. Usually in these sessions, dedications were done within the ODA day only. I was also asking them, what is the in-between this coming like that? I think I'm not saying this the first time really I'm coming between the OBA. First time it is coming out. It's nice that the batch has taken up this. Congratulations and best wishes to all. I am Asher Moment. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, before the young ladies, old boys, with 1983 batch, I'm indeed grateful to be here today. 40 years have passed and I lost most of them. There's many animals always around. I must say that this batch in particular has lived up to the school motto, which is Nana and Shosin Sarvati. Nana, I know you're all very learned people. You're really sustaining that what little we got from the school. Discipline is, I think, defined as organized unselfishness. That you can see in ample proof. And of course, cooperation. If you all do not cooperate, things like this is not happening well. So certainly a great achievement, a fantastic gift to school. They say gratitude is a memory of the heart, and this is gratitude personified. Old boys often refer to their school as alma mater. Alma means foster, mater means mother. Certainly this place has been a foster mother to all of you here. And I'm grateful on behalf of everybody else that you are reciprocated the gestures in a wonderful way. Thank you very much.
May I now request Sharma sir and PCN sir to formally hand over the keys of Hall of 83 to Colonel Dhiren Kumar, Principal. I now request Colonel Rajesh, who was also registrar here for about 3 years, to address us on behalf of OBA Executive Committee. Rajesh sir.
Whether now it is good afternoon. I think that came on respected Dhirendra Kumar. Nice to see Shyam Sundar here. I mean, we used to interact a lot. I thought he was 84 batch, 83. Shyam, welcome. And my the staff of the schools and my dear friends from 83. We are all contemporaries actually in school. I was 3 years senior to them, 80 batch, 83 batch. They wouldn't have faced much harassment from my side as a senior. 82 batch will face the wrath from as a senior, not 83. 83 was in junior house when I was in the senior house. And nice to see, I think most of the people I know in the 83 batch out here. Babu, Francis, I mean, I can keep naming people like this. When I was entering the school, while walking down, I saw 2 naval uniforms coming toward this side. So for a moment, I was not clear. Then I saw Sarin, Commander Sarin, I know as the. Then I saw the next guy. I couldn't recognize. When he came closer, I understood it is Commander. Where is he gone? Abraham Philip coming. He was a cadet when I was in registrar of the school from 2003 to 7. That is, imagine 20 years back. That is 20 years back. His position was normally in front of the registrar's office in Murga position or Ben position. Full of pranks. Now, nice to see him back to go and occupy the chair inside the office. So welcome to the school, and I hope the only change I can see in him is a black mustache. That time he was a teenager. Now after 20 years I am seeing him, I can see a black mustache coming in front of his nose. I hope he doesn't grow grey out after the 3-year tenure in the school. It is quite a taxing tenure, undoubtedly, in this place. But we all have a passion, so we work. Now, coming to my task, it is indeed a privilege to come and speak on behalf of the Executive Committee and the OBA to welcome and thank the 1983 batch for the wonderful gift to the school of this beautiful AC hall, actually. Really wonderful. I mean, I was talking before this, it's a very difficult thing to get organized, to collect funds. Like I am now, I think 3 years senior. The more senior you become, the more difficult it is to get together people. So I don't know who was the chief organizer, but it's a very difficult task to get organized and get funds and get it organized. Special 3 cheers to Sanu George, Raj Mohan, and who else was there in Trivandrum, I don't know, to get it locally. Shyam Sundar. Oh, Vinod. Vinod is a permanent organizer. So, I mean, to give this beautiful hall. I mean, when I only heard some hall is getting spruced up since I'm in the OB executive, generally aware what's happening. I heard 83 batches coming up with it. So I heard some hall is coming up. But when I came and saw it, fantastic hall, and rightfully they named it Hall of 1983. Then, and so, I mean, I on behalf of the OBA, I should thank the 83 batch for this wonderful gift to the school. I mean, we have to give something back to the school. Then I was talking to the people here. Now you're making a complex for us. Now what we are supposed to give it from after seeing you people, the pressure is on us to give something back now. So that is the only, I think, high pressure thing which is coming up at our side. When the news travels that this is a beautiful hall constructed by the 1983 batch out here. And coming to, I think this wouldn't have been possible for a good offer. I mean, wonderful gift by the Principal Colonel Dhirendra Kumar, and who supported OBA. I mean, I'm seeing him since 21. I think you came just after COVID, I think so. So I retired that time and came. Then I was with the executive committee, so generally interacting in the school. So I should say, I mean, he was the most supportive principal I have ever seen. After 2007, I left from the school as a registrar. To be frank, not because of he's sitting here. I mean, tremendous infrastructure improvements and academic level improvements is achieved in the school purely due to his consistent efforts. And he's happy to interact with everyone. No ego hassles. I'm sure if it was a Kerala sitting there, he will have ego. He will think that he is bigger than any guy. But from him, there are no hassles like that. So it was wonderful interacting with him throughout. And over the time, I mean, he's displayed it there in the presentation. And the best part was coming. After 1 year, I think I saw Air Marshal Manikandan coming as the LBA chairman. The first thing he did was, I think, the best thing was, I think I need water. The best thing I saw was he took over the reins of LBA chairman. Previously, it was delegated to, I think, the SO Adam or something so. When I came, some Air Commodore or somebody was chairing the LBA. I heard it through one out. Then when I heard Air Marshal Manikandan has come over, the passionate towards the school, he took over the reins of the school as chairman. And I mean, throughout, for everything he was there. I think we went to his office, PCN sir and me went to his office to speak for the staff pension. For the staff I am talking. When the pension was stopped, we both went and met him to put in a word to the chief minister and push the case. Finally, the state government agreed to put the bill of the pension of the state of our people. They are not taken for the salary, but pension, the state government has in principle agreed for to take over the pension liability of the school. That's a big achievement, and 3 cheers to Air Marshal Manikandan. The only thing I felt unhappy was when he got posted out. So I asked him in chat. I said, "You got only I think 1 or 2 years to go. Why can't you remain here? That's a better posting which is supposed to get. Professionally, that is a better place. But we are unhappy that the synergy between the principal and the LBA chairman was at its peak at that time. And there's nothing both of them cannot do in the school. I've seen it closely, so closely that I've seen the synergy between the two. There's nothing which these both people work together and could not achieve in the school, actually. So great regards and appreciation for Air Marshal Manikandan for having worked passionately towards working toward the school and being an 83 batch, 3 years to your batch. Now what? Some points I wrote, I don't know what I wrote to speak. Yesterday, Vinod Vasudev and told, Vinod is a permanent guy for 83, I think, for any organization. So anyway, yesterday morning he wrote something, nothing much. I conveyed the thanks. The OBA, it's a continuous effort throughout, incremental effort to offer our service for the school, to improve the infrastructure and to do anything for the school, selfless. The OBA is one organization, I will say, we are selfless to provide anything for the school. Everybody is eager to say what next to the school, what can be offered. Absolutely a selfless organization, which I am saying. I started noticing it only when I became registrar. Till then, I was a routine old boy serving in the army, left, right, and center, going around. Once in a while, I hear about the reunion. Okay, it's happening. But when I sat in the chair as a registrar, I saw how closely OBA has been doing what great service to the school by various projects and support to the students and the staff and scholarship, etc. This, that, and nothing towards for the OBA themselves, but towards the school and the staff. And I think so. There's nothing left for that. From the OBA side in offering it, actually. And all the support, the support, actually, to be frank, I saw it over the years. For the last 20 years, I am watching it from the close quarters. I should say, when Virender Kumar came as the principal, I must say very frankly, and I think he has done tremendous improvement in the infrastructure as well as academic activities, for which, I don't know whether he mentioned it, he's got the Chief of Army Staff commendation card for his services in the school out here, and for which he's going on a good honeymoon posting to Pachmari as a Colonel GS. Beautiful posting, isn't it? Yeah, he is going for a beautiful posting. The Colonel GS training, very powerful posting in that chair. We'll miss him. We are thinking if he can get 1 more year, it's better. But I think he would like to, like Air Marshal Manikandan wants to run away to Allahabad. He also wants to run away to Pachmari. So basically, professionally, that is more enriching now at this stage. So he will also be leaving. So we wish him best. Like Abraham Philip, I welcome. The Abraham Philip with the mustache, I am welcoming here. And farewell to for a good, successful 10 years. And last but not the least, I think I should, like what I was saying about OBA, that we have been giving a lot of support to the school over the years. I mean, we have finished our 50 years also. I think we should take out a booklet. I think our executive committee is planning to take out a booklet as to what all we are given to the school. So the executive committee, we have discussed all this. So that is the thing which is coming up. So when in that time, the latest proposal which came for the executive, I would like to place on record our humble request to the school principal, that to give us a good office. Presently, we are in a ramshackle building in the employees' quarter side, unattended much of it. So we are requesting the principal to give a respectful, befitting, and a beautiful office to keep our office records and everything, and which we like to modify and keep it in a good condition. So that is the only humble request. We never ask anything for this, what we want, but for a change, the executive committee has requested for the principal to kindly consider our humble request to allot a good place for our office to take place. So that's all from my side. Last, once again, sincere appreciation to my friends of 1983 for this fantastic project. and Colonel Virendra Kumar to coordinate with them and complete the whole thing. Thank you once again.
Like Colonel Rajesh mentioned, I hope 1984 batch is listening. Please take a leaf out of this and let us make it a tradition for all starting from 1984 batch to do a project for the school as a Shashti Purti project. Now, I understand Colonel Dhiren wants to present something to Air Marshal Manikandan. Yeah. Air Marshal Manikandan's memento to the school. Requesting Mrs. Virendra Kumar to present a photograph to Dr. Nirmala. One more gift from Air Marshal Manikandan to the principal. Okay, there is another great gesture by Air Marshal Manikandan to gift few books from his personal collection to the school. I now call upon our classmate, Professor Unnikrishnan Nair, for vote of thanks. Unni. Yes, probably one of the most intellect from our batch, and now at IIM Calicut as a senior professor. Vote Unni.
Respected Sharma sir, PCN sir, Air Marshal Mani, batchmate, classmate, Shyam, Principal Viren, Vasu, Mrs. Mani, ladies, Mrs. PCN, Viren, batchmates, members of the staff, teachers and staff, ladies and gentlemen. Vote of thanks, I thought about, it's about thanking, it's about gratitude. Whom do I thank at this moment? So I thought maybe there are certain things that are at the mundane level, mundane in the sense practical life level, day-to-day life. And on this occasion, there are also things at the very spiritual, philosophical, divine level. So maybe let me take care of the normal procedural things first. And even in the procedural things, there are two parts. The way in which this hall came up, and then the function that happened just now. And in another sense, actually, right from the beginning, almost everybody, when Vasu mentioned about SBI and everyone who contributed, our children, money also, everyone actually have given the vote of thanks. So let me reflect on how this project came up. And when we also in 2008 had our Silver Jubilee reunion in the OBA, for that, we had collected quite a bit of money. And for later on also, we had collected, and Rajmohan, all said and done, is our the main anchor person. Yeah. And he has consistently done it. That's, the perseverance, the consistency, that matters very much, certainly in life, certainly in leadership and everywhere. And 15 days in ONGC, he is in the sea, 15 days he is in the land, 15 days we can't even meet, contact him. But then through all the sea, coordinated across decades now. And then finally it came to a stage where, as Rajesh was saying, as we go older and older, to get people together becomes more and more difficult. Priorities change, age-related aspects, and so on. So we also began to feel that there's a lump sum of money, there's an amount of money. And what do we do with this? And then we had a little chat in the batch. And then a coordinating committee was formed. So the first gratitude I want to express is to the batch which said, yeah, we need to do something. The batch as a whole, the batch of 83, we said, yeah, let's do something. And then the coordinating committee was formed with Raj, Shyam, Vasu, Simon, and me. And then normally when such an occasion comes, the thoughts are philanthropic activities. What kind of philanthropy we can. Then batch is a safe fund for future contingencies, or maybe some people who are currently in need, maybe. And something to the school. So at the thematic level also, we had 3 themes actually. Philanthropy, future fund for the future contingencies, and for the school. And finally, as the whole bonding that we all emphasize, the various speeches here, that took over and said, all right, let's do something for the school. And that's where we met the principal and the list, the long list that you gave from that 16. That's where it started. So certainly the batch as a group, having been together, even silent members. And when we say we have been together, it doesn't mean that we didn't have differences. We did have differences. And it is through those differences that we came to a reasonable consensus. And to come to a reasonable consensus at 60, and with the, the kind of pressures and diversity that we all have in today's world, when, the epitomized by Trump, what he says today is not what he says in the afternoon. So no offense meant. So we are living in, it's a symbolic world in that sense. In such a world, we are all living. And then to come together and say, all right, we will do this. And so from the batch to the core committee. And then it took shape. And a soldier on the field, because Mr. Rajesh asked me, all right, the batch did this, but who was here? And that's a very pertinent question. The soldier on the field was Sainik George. And heavily supported also by his family and particularly the children, both the son and the daughter-in-law. And so he was always almost here every day and listening with us, the core committee and so on. And then our to Shyam and Vasu in their command mode. I teach organization studies in the IIM, how we organize and so on. For me, it was also a little sometimes distancing and watching civil military organizing. A stage even came to us. Even in one of the messages, Sanu had to write, hey, Suno, in civil life, it doesn't happen like that. So even we had like that, some exchanges. But then, we were together in all this, and finally this whole handshake has taken shape. So as far as this whole process of coming to this function, the batch, the core committee, and particularly the principal Dhiren and Colonel Dhiren, Commander Sarin, a very, very young, energetic officer, I think. Yeah. And so from the school side and the teachers and the staff who stood with us, supported us, and was there for us. And as the hall began to take shape, it is the construction
team by Remya, Hari, and Hari's brother is here. They you know, in our academic institutions and say, who built Taj Mahal? We will say Shah Jahan built Taj Mahal. And for whom? Mumtaz. But then we say, is that really Shah Jahan who built the Taj Mahal? It is those, masons, the helpers, the daily laborers who toil in the heat and dust and everything that happened, same for pyramid and so on. So this hall, the beautiful hall, the multi-purpose hall, the hall of 1983 that you see around is the outcome of that toil. So thank you, Ramya, your team, your workers, your helpers, your fitters, your everyone who made it happen. Thank you for that. Yeah. And yes, future proof as and future ready and future proof as Mani said. Yes, technology has been changing, and Joshi from our batch is certainly AI and Google, Gemini, and whatnot. So when it came to AC and so on, we did have difficulty with funds. Naturally, we did have difficulty with funds. And then through Mani's and Rahul's staff, we just came to know that. Thank you for it. And the SBI came and this beautiful ACs. And I had also heard the story that you said, the full stay here. So we want to thank SBI for your timely cooperation. And also, as Mani also said, CSR is a mandatory thing in India. But doing CSR in a mandatory way and doing it in a manner that helps certain kind of sectors, education, defense, healthcare, and so on. So I think it has been a right investment from SBI to have chosen this school, a school, an educational institution, and a school that prepares cadets towards national defense. So I think your investment has been as part of CSR, but very, very well thought out. And so thank you for that. And then certainly the most important people, as we all felt today, Marshal Mani, as you said, PCN sir and Sharma sir, both of you representing that group of teachers who really groomed us. They were our friends, they were our parents, actually. More than anything, they were our parents, they were our teachers, they were our friends, philosophers, guides, mentors. And not that, they were always only smiling at us, and they also scolded us. They beat us, they really ensured that we were growing up properly. And I think quite a few of them left college lecturerships to join the school in those days. So highly qualified, well-employed people leaving those jobs and coming here. And as I was talking to one of my batchmates, he was saying, PCNs are always wanted all of us to be Shashi Tharoors. So today we have a Shashi Tharoor, and when we go to mathematics class of Sharma sir, Fields Medal and all those, yes, those were the aspirations. So we have both of them representing that teacher community, and as I think one of the speakers said, the current teaching community, we believe you are like that. We believe you're like that. We trust you on that. Because the cadets who come here year after year now, it's in your hands. We were in their hands. The current cadets and the future cadets are in your hands. We trust that the legacies that they have built us and that you see in the presence of so many of us here, that you continue with the batches that 30 years down the line, 40 years down the line, or 20 to 40 years down the line, you are here and they represent us like the batch of 8 sitting here. So to our teachers and those who could not be present, like for instance, we contacted N.G. Thomas, Mrs. Thomas, Madam, Saraswati Amma, Ms. Kovood, sir, S.V. Sharma, sir, younger brother, Tekale, sir, Whitaker, sir, and we had a fantastic, very beautiful message from Brahmaji Rao, sir, today morning. To all these teachers and to those teachers who are no longer with us, whose departed souls may rest in peace, and to everyone, and to the staff members, and to the people who fed us in the mess, to everyone who got associated with our batch, a deep sense of gratitude and thank you. And yes, our children, Vivek, Naina, and Abhiram, JK's son, and Joshi also, Joshi from our batch for the kind of support that he also gave to every one of you Thank you for your association with us. Yeah, I think I believe I have not a word of formal thanks to the core committee members for making this happen, and to Rajesh and to the OBA, and with Breeze Anthony as a very energetic president of the OBA now, to the entire OBA. And this is, in a sense, we are OBA. It's a Hall of 83, but it's the OBA also. So you have equal kind of credit and ownership of this whole thing that we have done together. So thank you to the OBA. And, yeah, so I think from a procedural viewpoint, I have, in case by any mistake, any oversight or something, I've missed out on anyone. I'm very- Oh yeah, I remembered it. I had, yeah, where is Nirmala? Yeah, Nirmala, yes. You know, that's, yeah, well begun is half done, right? Well begun is half done, and all that ends well, is, so I want both ways. Yeah, thank you, Nirmala. And so in a sense, your whole family has been, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And in case if I still have missed out on, it's not deliberate, it's quite in my birth, and I would say thank you from on behalf of my batch and myself. Please accept that sense of gratitude, that word of gratitude. And now, when I think this vote of thanks, at this moment when we are 60, it's the diamond jubilee of life, diamond jubilee of life. And I'm a little at this moment, I'm going to be a little scared because PC and sir will be looking at what the English. He wants us to be perfect. But if Shashi Tharoor was there at that time, somebody, some of us may have tried to emulate, and really, we didn't have a role model. You tried to set up somebody before us, but we didn't. Yeah, we could not really. Yeah. So it's many people have retired, many of our batchmates are retiring. And yeah, and then when Sarma sir, you said usually you see this on the OBA day. It's also a very important thing that you meant. We thought about it, we could have done it on the OBA day. But then we realized that it's also providence, it's also some kind of coincidence that the senior most serving officer from the school today is Air Marshal Manigantan. And he is our batchmate. And he is retiring this month. So we thought, maybe we should try to do it such that this kind of a meeting was possible. Otherwise, it could have been on the OBA day. Yeah, so that's why we chose. Yeah. So in the Diamond Jubilee year of our life, then many of us are now on the other side of life. And not many, all of us are on the side of the batch of 83, not many of us. All of us are on the other side of life. I may be quoting a little bit of PCN again and again because it's about English. Robert Frost, whom we came across from Butsa Loudly, Dark and Deep, miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go. Robert Frost has sometime written, Robert Frost had written another thing. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. We are in the afternoon and evening of our life. We were in the morning of our life in the school. We never knew what life lay ahead of us. Today we have a reasonable idea, even what life itself is. So in that afternoon, this afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. So it's a very, very meaningful point and moment for us. What life, wherever life has taken us through, whatever paths, and the very meaning of life itself. And the great Spanish sculptor, painter, Pablo Picasso, when he said, it takes a long time to become young. If you really reflect it, we are now becoming young. So far, we have been running in life, struggling. I am still, my son is only in class 7 now, so I will have to run a little more. But to the general, so now that, and many of us, in the last 2 weeks, many of our friends were in Africa enjoying your youth, right? So it takes a long time to become young. We are in that phase where we can also see life with a little kind of youthful spirit. And probably that's also what brought us here today, because the grounds that we see, and the cross country that we ran, and Babu Francis here sitting here always, boxing and the cross country, that youth, which is there in us. So let's look forward to, in whatever little ways possible, that we have reached the afternoon of our life, towards the evening, and it has taken a long time for us to be young now. We were certainly young when we were here, and having come here again at 60 plus, and so on, we can still be young. And just about 2 weeks back, one of my students brought to my attention a book, very interesting book, a very bestseller. I had heard of it probably, but never struck me. The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying by Bronnie Ware. She had a kind of kaleidoscopic career, finance person, financial analyst, and whatnot. And finally, she became a palliative care nurse. And as a palliative care nurse, she was interacting and taking care of people in the real end of their lives, very end of their lives, 3 to 6 months. And then in the conversations and the interactions with them, she realized that in those end moments of our lives, which all of us will meet unless technology drastically changes. And even if it changes, we don't know what we may want to do. But then when we all meet, she realized that the regrets that people hold are not about what they did, but regrets about what they could not or did not. And she lists 5 regrets. I would not go into all the 5 regrets, but one of the five regrets is people say, I should have really been in touch with my friends. It is one of the top 5 regrets in this book. I should really have been in touch with my friends. And ladies and gentlemen, OBA is perhaps one of the oldest alumni associations in the world. Today, with WhatsApp and new technology, every other institution is having, batches are having alumni gatherings. But OBA, this school and its OBA, we have been really fortunate. We have been reasonably in touch, and we are in touch. So which means of those 5 regrets, I think at least when our time comes, hopefully we may not have this as one of our regrets. And so, yeah, that's what I feel at this moment. And finally, quite a few of us, one of the largest NDA batches. And even, I don't know how many people really went into AFMC from the school, Rajan John, and I know you're also AFMC. But from our batch, Rajan John, and there are others only. So including Rajan, so many of our, officers from the armed forces and from the civilian world, almost all the rest of us from the civilian world. But at some point in time, we all donned that uniform, that amateur NCC school uniform. And then, when we are here, after so many years, and in those days when we are here, I'm reminded of a poem again, as you used to recite in the class. And it's from Sir Henry Newbold, 1897. Yeah, they pass on the torch of life. I'll just say the first stanza. It's actually about a cricket match happening in a school like ours, this school. And it's a very tense situation that now we can see in the IPL and so on. At that time, such situations may not have been that tense, but this is, so when I say this stanza, somewhere that's what the school has been to us. That's what our teachers have been to us. That's what somewhere we have learned and carried on, irrespective of whichever path that life showed us to move forward so far in life. And this is the first stanza. There is a breathless hush in the close tonight. It's a cricket match towards the end of the match is coming to an end. And at that moment, that final over in a 2020 or something like that, there is a breathless hush in the close tonight. 10 to make and the match to win. A bumping pitch and a blinding light. An hour to play and the last man in. So, see the situation. Bumping pitch, blinding light, an hour to play and the last man in. And the boy who is going as the last man is a young man, probably making his debut in the team. And if he does well, what? And it's not for the sake of a ribboned coat. We have that blue, school blue and all for our sports. So, and it's not for the sake of a ribbon coat or the selfish hope of a season's fame that awaits if he really makes those 10 runs. But his captain's hand on his shoulders more. Play up, and play the game. Play up, and play the game. Sir, we have teachers about sirs and all. That's what I think somewhere we have somewhere tried to play our game. Play the game. So thank you once. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Unni. Once again, wishing our birthday boys happy Shashti Purti to Dr. Rajan John, A.K. Sunil, and J.K. Anil. And before we wind up and go for the sumptuous lunch, I should mention this again regarding Colonel Dhiren. Our batch, we had a request that we would like to have a menu of our times covering whatever we could those best days. So when I requested, I tried to call up Colonel Dhiren. He probably was busy somewhere. I said, bro, we have a request from the batch for a menu. And his reply was, sir, your wish, our command. So a nice lunch awaits us. Before we wind up for the lunch, ladies and gentlemen, please stand up. And on behalf of 1983 batch, let us have 3 J's to Sainik School, Kazhakootam.